The Western Carolina project is going to be a fantastic project shaped by the vision that the faculty and stakeholders have set out to reflect the unique idea of science being one of the guiding forces, and the notion that this place, the specialness of this place, is really the key. We have items like the Judah-color rock that record the history of the Cherokee. When we look at campus heritage, we see original buildings that were part of the campus that are no longer here, and these fantastic rubble walls that bound space up on the hill where some of the original buildings were. Red brick and probably tile roofs will play an important part, and the continuation of buildings like the Fine Arts Center and Breeze Auditorium, finally buildings in the landscape such as the new Health Sciences building, harken back to the original vernacular structures. When we look at the original campus setting, we find that the Cherokee had a mound that was overturned by agricultural efforts on the campus, but that is now a central feature of the location. And when we zoom in, we start to see the location of the building between the two mountains, and the location of the mound under the corner of Killian Annex, the soft curves of the topography and the regulating lines that come off of the building start to form a way to organize the building on the site and create a gorge in the center of the building, and then overlaying that with the Cartesian grid harkening back to the cardinal directions north, south, east, and west. We can even bring in some remnants of the original buildings, these two blue areas. On the landscape side, we thought it would be a fantastic idea to feature the 4 eco-regions of the Blue Ridge region as a way of planting the gardens in the center of the space and letting the cardinal directions move into the building with the major paths on the east-west direction, and then informal paths. Moving up through the building, we organize faculty offices, teaching labs, and research labs, cascading up, organized by neighborhoods. When we look at the section of the building, we see the great engagement with the courtyard between Stillwell, the new science building, and the natural setting of the hill beyond. Standing on the plaza between Stillwell and Hunter Library, looking into the new expanded Judah-color gardens, we see many of the features that make this a truly unique building. First of all, the soft curves of the building mimic the soft curves of the topography. The rubble stone cladding on these soft curves echoes the rubble stones used in the walls on the original campus. When we look up, we see a great science terrace on the 5th floor that allows students to come out, overlook the gardens, and to make celestial observations in the evenings. Inside, this gorge can start to become a central feature of organizing the building. Lots of life and vitality when you imagine students inside the building spilling out to the landscape. The south entry of the building will open onto a plaza that will be a dynamic campus space full of people moving from the Killian complex into the new building and through the building. It will totally transform this area of the campus. The north entry of the building will create a new gateway into the science complex. Students approaching from the north parking area will be able to go immediately into the main street of the building, which links to the south entry plaza, or be able to turn left and go down into the new dynamic science quad. When the new building is opened in 2021, Western will have not only a building which reflects the very high quality of the teaching, learning, and research which the university is known for, but you will have a building that deeply reflects the culture, history, and unique place of Western as an institution and as a science community. This is going to be a fantastic new home for the sciences, at Western Carolina University.